Okay, in this video I'm going to have a look at working out the mean of some data. Now, you should know that to work out the mean of some data, all you've got to do is take the data, add it all up, and if you were to add, say, 15 pieces of data, you would just divide your total by 15 and you'd get the mean of that group of 15 pieces of data. However, sometimes, and this is almost a certainty to come up on your paper, they'll give you the data expressed in a table format, and the data is given in what we call group data or continuous data format. And they will ask you to work out what they call an estimated mean. In other words, it's not an exact answer. Now, this type of question comes up every single year, and it should be a set routine how you go about working out an estimated mean. First of all, you need to be aware that even though we've got 4 different groups of data for the weights of some objects, okay, we are not going to be adding some weights up and dividing by 4, even though we've got 4 groups. It's because we haven't got 4 items that we're adding up the weights of. We need to first of all work out how many items that we're actually talking about. So what you do is you actually take the frequency figures and you actually add up those figures to find out how many pieces of data we're actually talking about. Sometimes when they have some writing above the table, they'll actually tell you that. They'll say there are 20 weights which are given in this group data table below. So 7 and 6 is 13, 13 and 5 is 18, and the 2 are the 20 which I just mentioned a minute ago. So we've got 20 pieces of data. So in a few minutes time, when I add up all the data, I'm going to share my answer by 20. I am not going to be sharing anything by 4 because I've got 4 groups. That's completely the wrong thing to do. So what I'm going to do now is work out what we call the estimated mean. And the estimated mean means I'm going to have to add up all the 20 pieces of data and then divide the answer by 20 afterwards. So I'm going to divide by 20 at the end. Now, if I knew what all individual 20 pieces of data were, I would just add up 20 different numbers and then get the answer, share by 20. But I don't know what the individual pieces of data are. All I know is that there are 7 pieces of data, 7 objects that weigh between 0 and 10 kilograms. I don't know what their exact weights are, so I can't add them up. So I've got a problem. So what we do to get around this problem is we make some approximations. And to do this, we add another column on, which you should be familiar with, which is known as the midpoint column. You add a midpoint column. And for the first interval, 0 to 10, we say, what is the value which is halfway between 0 and 10? Well, the answer, I think, is very straightforward. It's 5. Okay, so just bear with me. We're going to work out the midpoint of each of these group intervals one at a time. The midpoint from 10 to 20, well, hopefully you can see it's just 15. From 20 to 30, it's 25, and from 30 to 40, it's 35. So you work out the midpoints. Now, if there's any question you get and you're not quite sure what the midpoint is, a little tip that you can use to get the answer is take the starting value of the group, 30 in this case, take the final value, 40, add the 2 values together, 30 plus 40 would give you 70, and then share by 2 to get the middle value. So 70 share by 2 would give you the 35 that we just worked out from common sense and put straight down. So 20 and 30 is 50, share by 2, you get 25, and so on. So that will be a little technique you can use if you can't do it in your head straight away to get the midpoint. So we've got the midpoint values. You get a mark for doing that, even if you don't know what else to do from there on in. Now, what we're going to say is that there are 7 items that are in this first interval. Now, I don't know the individual 7 items, so I can't add up all 7 weights. So what I'm going to say is that there are 7 items, and they're all going to approximately weigh 5 kilograms each. So if I wanted to work out the total weight of all the objects, all 20 objects, what I could do is 7 items, 5 kilograms each approximately. I could have 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. The first 7 items would be 5 kilograms each, and I'm adding them all up. Okay, now the next 6 items would all be 15 kilograms each. So I'd say plus, we've got 6 items, 15 kilograms each. So I've got 15 kilograms plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15, like so. Plus I've got 5 items and they're approximately 25 kilograms each. So you get 5 lots of 25, so 25 plus 25 and so on. Now that will work, but it's very tedious. Far quicker would be to work out this 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 in a much simpler way. So I'm going to now get rid of this, and I'm going to get rid of that, and do things in a much more sensible way. If you've got 7 items and they're about 5 kilograms each, the quickest way to add up those weights of those 7 items would simply be to say we've got 7 lots of 5 kilograms and put it in a bracket like that. That's 7 items and 5 kilograms each. Plus we've got 6 items and they're about 15 kilograms each. So you say we've got 6 lots of 15 kilograms. Plus we've got, and then you've got 5 items and they are about 25 kilograms each. So you've got 5 lots of 25 to add together. Plus you've got 2 items, 35 kilograms. So you've got 2 lots of 35 kilograms. Extend that on. And there you go. So now on the top line, let's work out each one of these brackets individually. 7 5's 35, plus 6 15's, well 60 and 30's 90. Plus we've got 5 25's, that's 125. Plus we've got 2 35's, that's 70. And you've got to divide the entire total on the top by 20, because there are 20 different weights in this question, not 4, remember. So let's just work out the top line. 35 and 20 is 125, add 125 is 250, add 70 is 320, and we have to share that by 20. And if you work that out, the answer will be 16 kilograms. When you work it out in the exam, it's quite likely to be a decimal answer, so just give the answer to 1 decimal place. 16 kilograms is an estimated average weight for the object represented by that set of data. And once again, it's only an estimated mean because we've been working out midpoints. We do not know the exact weight, so we can't give an exact answer. That type of question is very, very likely to come up, and it's a set routine. Every time you see find the mean and you've got a data table set up like this, that's the process you should go through, and the midpoint is the first thing you should be working out, along with the number of items that we're talking about if you're not told it in the question. Okay, that's the end of this video.